want a lot for Christmas. There is just one thing I need. I don't care about the presents underneath the Christmas tree. I just want you for my own, more than you could ever know. Make my wish come true. All I want for
Yo, what's up, everyone? Gotta have a little fun on a Saturday. So I gave Patrick, I gave Patrick a heads up this time, and he was like, okay.
It's the holidays.
How you doing, Patrick? How you doing?
I'm good, man. Living the dream. Living
the dream. As always. Oh, how is everyone on this beautiful Saturday? I hope it's beautiful where you are. I honestly don't know because I can't see outside on my end, so I'm assuming it's beautiful outside here. So, what about with you, Patrick?
It's raining. It's raining a lot here.
It's beautiful.
It's raining a lot.
It's beautiful. It's
raining a lot.
All right. Welcome, everyone. We are back. This is our second to last stream of the year. Next week will be the last stream of the year. Yeah, get your jar ready, Patrick. Next week we will be having Kim Manis and Bogdan Cravat on the stream to close us out for the year, talking about Fabric and Power BI, lake houses, warehouses, all the things. It'll be bananas. I'm looking forward to that. And then so if you are new to Guy in a Cube or the live stream, put hashtag new in the chat. We always love seeing the new faces. Hopefully, if you are new, you were here for the intro and saw the festivities. So that was it's only the second time we've done that. That's not a regular thing, but you caught it just in time. So I got to see if we can get Bogdan and Kim to do something like that. That'd be fun. I don't know if that would happen, but, we can always wish. We can always wish. So shout out to the members of Guy in a Cube. You help us do what we do here on the channel, so very much appreciate that. If you want to learn more about being a member, check out the link on the screen or hit the join button down below. No commitment required, but thank you for checking it out. If you see folks with the green name or the Guy in a Cube icon next to their name, those are members of the channel. So thank you for that. And let's see who we've got here. Let's see, going through, we've got Ryan Campbell is new, Denny is new, Nicole's new, Gayla's new, Manish is new. Chiron says hello from India. Hello. Glad you're here. I think that's all the new folks. So welcome. Appreciate you all being here. It's amazing. All right. Rules. We have rules for the stream. Get your. I'll mention it to them. I'll send them a link for the live stream recording today, and we'll see what they say. I'm sure that they will laugh and think it's funny and enjoyable, but I don't know. We'll see. Wow, Wyatt coming in with 10 gifted memberships. Thank you, Wyatt. Very much appreciate that. We got so Sandeep is a member, Jeff, Hachi, Ingo, Harry, Van Lessing, Marco, and Nat, and Tyan. All gifted memberships from Wyatt. Thank you so much, Wyatt. Very much appreciate that. All right. Rules. We have rules on Guy in a Cube. Please put Q: in front of your question. When you put it in the chat, Chatmaster C is standing by to get them in the queue. One time is all you need. It will get queued up. Whether or not we get to the question is a whole other story. We get to as many questions as we can, but we don't get to all of them. So come back next time and we'll try again. And then members, hold your question for the second half when we go into member-only chat. Chatmaster C will let you know when, so stand by on that. If you do spam the chat with your question or spamming the chat in general, Chatmaster C or one of our lovely moderators, except for Patrick, will put you into a timeout. So please don't do that. Just remember, one time is all you need. One time is all you need.
Thanks, Mark.
Yeah.
Look at that, Mark. See, I'm looking great this morning. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Mark. I'm feeling great.
Look at
Mark.
that.
I'm feeling great.
See, and that's what Mariah Carey does to your soul. I don't know if you caught that, Mark, during the intro. If not, you missed out. Also, SL came in and said that they were new, so welcome. Glad you're here. All right. Let's see here. Are you ready, Patrick? I think we're ready
I'm
for the
ready.
questions.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Yeah, Data Train. Yeah, we did the Steel series. We did the big headsets because we were going to rock out, and so we did want to be tethered and tangled. So that is why I got to keep Patrick loose and free for something like that. Otherwise, he feels
Patrick's a little
constrained,
chaotic.
and we can't let the Patrick out. Hashtag unleash Patrick. All right, Matthias. Oh my gosh, coming in with the first question. Bananas. It's been a while since Matthias had the first question. So let's see here. Did it go up on this? Yes. Okay. Is Fabric still a no-code, low-code solution, or is it consciously going the coding path? Oh, I know Patrick has thoughts on this. Oh, go for it. Go for it.
So Matthias, when we were at Power Platform, I did something. I did a low-code lake house. And, I mean, you could build a data warehouse with no code. You can build a lake house with no code in Fabric. The challenge, though, right, and all the true coders, Adam is shaking his head already. It's like, yeah, but now it's a lot of manual things that's got to happen when you're going low code. I mean, you can set up and configure things so that you can do a lot of things with the graphical user interface. The challenge is, what if you have more data? How do you get that new data into place? So if you have a function that's dropping, somebody else wrote, that's dropping the data where you need it all the time, and then you can use low code to automate the process of, it depends. It absolutely depends.
I was going to tell you, so what you're saying is it depends.
Yeah, it depends. But you can go low code, and I think Fabric's going to continue the path to make sure that it's as simple as possible to do things you need. But, a true enterprise solution or a data engineering solution is going to require some level of code. So I'll say that. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, it definitely depends. I mean, like the options that were there before are still there. So you can do those things from Power BI perspective, Power Automate, Power Apps. All that stuff is still there. Like, it's still an option.
So Marco's trolling. Marco's trolling this morning. Marco's trolling this morning.
Marco loves the AI stuff. I'm just telling you, like he's all about the AI. He can't let it go.
Yeah, you're a little low, Adam. You are a little low.
Low?
You are a little low. A little bit, just a little.
How about
bit.
now?
Just a little bit. Yeah, there you go.
How about now?
There you go.
It's because I
Yeah,
want to go mute
there you go.
and whatnot. Yeah. All right, we got it.
Yeah.
We got it. Let me know.
It's never happened. This has never happened where I was loud and you were low. This has never happened.
That's because we unleashed Patrick.
Precedence.
That's what it was. It's pushing me down.
Precedent.
It's pushing me down. Let me know in the chat if that's better.
Yeah.
Let me know in the chat if that's better. Yeah, role reversal.
Role reversal.
AI is like, it's like Kerberos. It just works. Exactly.
No.
Yes. Yeah. Hello, Adam. No fun. All right. A little more treble, a little less bass. Oh,
Boom.
that's because I do EQ.
Boom,
That's why.
boom.
Yeah. All right. A little more guy in the cube. There you go. It's a wearable acoustic.
Do I need to lower my voice a little bit?
Nah, you're fine.
Do I need to?
No.
Okay.
You do you, boo.
Alright.
Oh my gosh. Voice still dominant. What? I don't know. We're gonna roll with it. We're gonna roll. Okay. So for those that I'm off. What? I'm off.
Don't say it. Just stop saying it.
Oh my gosh.
He's not going to be able to move on to the next
don't
thing. Just let it
understand.
go.
I don't
People, just let
understand. I
it
can't
go.
hear
He's not.
I
He's
hear
not gonna
myself
stop.
like it sounds fine. I listen to myself in my ear, by the way, and it
Oh
sounds
my
fine.
God.
Sound is
He's
poor.
so obsessed with this sound,
What?
guys. Please. We'll never get to the next
Oh my
question.
gosh.
We'll never get
Oh
to the
my
next
gosh, I'm
question.
wrecked.
Please, let's
I
just
am
roll
wrecked
with it,
now.
Adam. Please,
What is going
let's
on?
just roll. Oh my God.
I don't understand. Oh, is it bare? Like, can we get through the stream? That's all I want. Is it good enough to get through the stream?
Absolutely.
That's all I want to know.
Yes.
You don't count, Patrick.
Yeah.
No,
Let's
it's
roll.
not using the mic from the headphone. Oh, wait, maybe it is. Is it? Wait.
Oh my God.
It's fine. It's fine. It's good enough. All right, Thomas said good enough. We're rolling. Oh my
Let's
gosh.
roll.
This
Good
is going
enough.
to
Let's
drive me
roll.
bananas.
Let's roll.
Now I got to... You get this, Patrick, right? Like this never happens. Yeah. All right.
Somebody said pull that thing on the headset.
It's not this. It's this. I'm tapping on the. That's how you test which mic it's coming from.
You don't know what I deal with. Let's just go. Let's just go.
All right.
People don't know.
So for those that don't know about the whole "it depends" thing, just letting you know, we do, especially for the new folks. So if the question has "it depends," like if that's part of the answer, not how many times you say it, but if it's part of the answer, then we put $1 into the jar, and then at the end of the year, which will be next stream, we're going to donate to charity. Oh my God, Adam's so small. Oh, something did happen, but I'm fine now. That's what Chris said.
Come on, man. Focus,
I'm just saying.
Focus.
I'm so distracted. All right, here we go.
Focus.
All right, Damien's got a two-part question here. Composite models. Scenario, composite models connected to remote semantic model and locally created only calculation group and field parameters based on remote semantic model. All right, so we got the calculation group and field parameter stuff in the proxy model that's dealing with stuff in the remote model. You got that, Patrick? I know. Look at that face. All right. All right. Do we need to recalculate the proxy model, the local model, to recalc calc groups and field parameters after the remote semantic model is being refreshed? Do you have to do that?
No.
So I'm going to say...
No, because when you create the calc group, it's just going to query what's in the model, right?
It's at runtime. Yeah, it's at runtime.
Yeah, we're not doing anything physical.
Yeah.
No, we're not doing anything physical. Yeah. Marco's coming in. You don't have to do that unless you have calculated columns, calculated tables.
Yeah. The calculate columns, that's where you would want to do it. But not for
tables, because that's got to be reprocessed. But
it's just
in the
calc
process
group,
calc.
the stuff in calc groups, just think of that as a measure. It's going to go and run in runtime.
Yeah.
So,
that's at runtime. That's at runtime. Yeah. No.
All right, moving on.
That's not it depends. That's not
an it depends. Well, yeah, no, not for that scenario.
It's not. Go on.
It's not. It's not. All right. Surya coming in with a two-part question here. Is there a way to bring couple of columns of a table from a Power BI dataset semantic model into other Power BI report in direct query mode? The columns should be unique values from the table to use it as dimension table. What?
So when you connect to a data set, when you say, hey, I'm going to pull it in, it gives you the option to choose the tables you want to bring in. I don't think it gives you the option just to pull columns, right? So then you'll have to do some stuff locally to create those. But why would you do that? Why are you going to do that?
Alex brings up a good point about, like, it's sounding like we want to, why am I clicking on that? It sounds like we want to bring in the dimension table. So, like, we want to have a shared dimension table across things. Like, if that's the only reason why you're going to, like, a composite model to do that, I don't know that I would do that from that perspective.
Yeah, but this is, let's say I have a dimension with 4 columns, right? Product, subcategory, category. Maybe I only want category. Okay, so if I bring that entire table in, I have a list of duplicates in it because category is, higher up in the hierarchy. So I have a list of duplicates. And so I just want a distinct list of those values. So it's not just a dimension. If it's just a dimension, absolutely, right? But if you need to bring in just a distinct list of those values, how do you do it? How do you do that? And because you're creating a brand new dimension off of a column that's in a table that may have duplicates in it.
Why would we do DQ? I wouldn't do DQ to a semantic model to accomplish that. Go further upstream.
Go further
do it in
upstream.
Power Query in your model, going against whatever the data source is. Do it there. Maybe this is where, like, one lake could shine through and have a shared dimension that we could pull in.
Absolutely.
So those are all ways that I would not do DQ to the semantic model. I'm twitching, Patrick. I'm twitching. still see comments.
This is gonna. He's gonna. You have broken. You have broken Adam, and this is all he's gonna do until he's gonna call me 20 times today. Hey, how's it sound? How's it sound? Just let it go, please. Just guys, please, people, please. For me, I want to have just a relaxing day today, please.
Oh, I love Donald's comment. Donald's comment. Come on, where are you? Come on, Phoenix. Come on, Phoenix. Get it in. So he said DQ is save DQ for ice cream.
I know, man. Oh, jeez. Direct query.
That's funny.
Thank you, Tom. It sounds perfect. Thank you, Tom.
Crystal said it fixed itself.
Thank you, Tom.
So sound is good now. See, just gotta be patient. The P in Fabric is for patience, right?
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, I don't know what I didn't change anything. I didn't do anything. It's just weird.
No, Matthias said it didn't change. It still sounds the same. I'm sorry. It didn't sound. You haven't changed.
All right. Anyway,
It's not better.
information
Please,
counter
people.
has a question here, Patrick. Can you focus, please, Patrick? Stop being distracted.
Me. What is Fabric?
What is Fabric? A framework or package solution with all MS tools like BI, Synapse, and Data Factory? All right. So
That's all you. That's all you.
So Microsoft Fabric is a SaaS solution, so software as a service, that packages different technologies, right? So we've got different capabilities inside of that. This is what Power BI was before Fabric. So if you're familiar with Power BI, that was a SaaS service, right, where capabilities were provided within a user experience. Very similar to if you think about Office and Microsoft 365, that is a SaaS service, or SharePoint, or things of that nature. Dynamics. And so Microsoft Fabric is that, and it is expanding and including other aspects from the data platform on the Microsoft stack, so including Synapse, Data Factory. We've got real-time analytics there with Kusto. So it's bringing in other engines into the picture that will allow you to work with data in a cohesive experience, one-stop shop, with one lake underneath, which allows you to have one copy of the data and leverage that throughout the different engines. So magical things.
Yeah.
So yeah, good question. Anything you'd like to add to that, Patrick?
Nope. I like it.
Yeah, you like it?
Beautiful.
Yeah, no worries.
Thank you for the answer.
Or information. I want to say information center, but it's information counter. Like that's a.
Yeah. No, that's a beautiful answer. That's a
Appreciate you
beautiful
being
answer.
here. Uh-oh, Marco's got a question. Marco has a
No
question for you, Pat.
way.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
no.
service information question for all. Oh, he's asking everyone. Question for those people going to the Fabric conference. Is there a repo or with house rules for blackjack? We should plan it. Oh my gosh. All right. Marco's got a thing for blackjack, so it's going to be in Vegas. So that was all right, Marco. Hopefully people answer.
Please
you
let
in
me
the
know
chat.
when you're
Yeah.
playing Marco, so I can go and witness you
Yes.
playing. I've never seen you play blackjack.
Yes.
I'll go sit at the table. And
I just see
lose a
Marco
little money.
being like in the movie the Hangover, where the guy's like counting cards at the table. I just see that being Marco. It's like numbers are just floating around his head. So. Wyatt said, as a former casino manager, yes.
Yes.
All right. Not an it depends. That's funny. All right. Aman, is it worth taking time to write M from that scrapes the service homepage for n days left and alerts on n does not equal 59? Or does someone have a notebook to share? So during the public preview, basically the trial. So you're talking about the trial. Actually, let me head over to my sheet and show you. Yeah, I knew what he was talking about. So if you're in the service, what he's talking about is this right here, where there's 59 days left for the trial. So if you've opted in for the Fabric trial, that is something that has just been kind of static during the public preview. The Microsoft Fabric has now been announced as generally available, and it hasn't changed yet. So I would expect it to start counting down here at some point. It's just they haven't updated that yet, so stay tuned on that. Until then, enjoy the trial. Like it's an F64/P1 equivalent, so take advantage of it while you can. Test it, kick the tires, see what it does. Try workloads, all of those things. So, yeah. Oh, thank you for that question. All right. Let's see here. Big John. Today, I know Power BI, Power Automate, Power Apps, SharePoint, Databricks, and SQL between 1 and 7 years of studying and practicing between them. That's a lot. What do you recommend studying to continue improving myself? Patrick with the it depends.
Depends. I mean, what do you? I don't know. What's more valuable for? Do you have a consulting company? Do you work for a company? What's valuable there at that time? That's how I'm thinking about it. There's some skills that I'm going to work on improving, and it's going to help me improve my career, right? And so that's what I'm focusing on right now. It's not based on the technology trend. I remember when Hadoop came out, everybody was learning MapReduce, and I was like, that stuff's not going to last. And do we talk about Hadoop anymore? So I think it's about less focusing. I'm just saying.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just saying. Do we talk about Hadoop? When's the last time you heard anybody talk about MapReduce jobs and Hadoop? Nobody talks about that stuff anymore, right? Nah, not for me. It's far in between. I think that's the point, right? And so, what's going to help you with your career? That is absolutely it. If it's Python, focus on Python. If it's building lake houses, focus on lake houses. And so for me right now, it's not technical. It's not technical at all, the things that I'm focusing on, right? It's more about becoming a better presenter, becoming more strategic and things like that, and stop being chaotic, because I'm a little chaotic at times. And Adam points that out a lot, because I think Adam's chaos and I'm the structure. But anyway, you got to see where you're going, what's the path you're taking in your career, and focus on that technology or that skill. What do you think, Adam?
No, I agree. It's and then also what's the business need for where you work? Like, what are they pushing on? Like, those are things you got to focus on. And so, and then there's the personal side of just growth and where you want to go with it. So, lots of different options.
And
I did love Alex's answer.
Putting
I did love Alex's answer. Like, understand, goals, project requirements, understand the bigger picture, right? And then the technology is, we can slot technology in. We can learn that.
Yeah.
So.
I know it's probably not, we're not probably saying, oh, you should learn data modeling, you should learn data engineering, you should learn Python, you should learn R, you should learn DAX, you should learn these things.
I'm waiting personally, and I'm going to submit this idea item on ideas. Let's see if the chat bot is working today. We'll see. It might not. I don't know if it is. I think it was broke. But I personally feel. It is working. I personally feel that notebooks should support COBOL.
You almost made me curse, man.
Oh no. Alex.
Come on, Alex.
Alex.
Hey, you got to put it up. It's a super chat.
I know it's a super chat. Super chats always take priority. They jump the queue. So Alex has a question. Patrick, what's wrong with Adam's mic again?
I have no idea.
This is the first time, right?
It went back. It went back. It went back to the original badness. I wasn't gonna say anything about it. I wasn't gonna say. What is he doing? Oh my God! What are you doing? I can't hear you. I cannot hear you. I can't hear you. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh jeez. Anyway, so back to no, we cannot hear you. We cannot hear you. No. You're muted. So let's talk about career. I don't see the questions. I can't see the questions. We cannot hear you. No. Okay, go for it. Go for it. Here we go. I'm on my own, guys. I'm on my own. Okay, the next question up. Here we go. We got a question from Lauren's Snock. Can't read that. Can't see it that well. Is Fabric mature enough to start using in production? We have been testing, but run into a lot of issues, questions, things that are not possible or not clear, and it's difficult to really get started. So I say yes, Fabric is ready. It's GA. It's ready to go in production. I'd like to know more about what issues or challenges that you're facing. That would be a more interesting question, because most of the challenges that people are facing, we are addressing those. Right? Everything's coming up, like on-premises VNet support, identity columns and data warehouse. All those things are being released. And so it'd be more interesting to know about the challenges you're facing as opposed to why can't you do it? And so this is also an it depends. It's an it depends. So Kevin, it depends. So it depends on what you're doing, but absolutely it's ready to go. Next question. I don't know what happened to Adam. He just pooped the bed. I need the next question. I need the next question. Yeah. Next question. Next question. Oh my God. I'm so sorry. We got no music. We got nothing. It's all Alex's fault. Now I'm one. Oh God. Oh God. No, it's not bad. Oh, I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Am I back? Can you hear me? Okay. Come on, give me another question. Let's go. Super chat. I'm back. I can no. Okay, everyone. Okay, most of my data, question from Denny Paulson. Most of my data is in text. Our business is text driven on performance of contract length. What are some basic practices for measures, etc., when working with text? It also has 4 dates inside. The dates are easy. I saw this question come up and I was like, poof, tough question. The dates are easy. I'm not worried about the dates. It's manipulating the text inside the dates with DAX, so there's certain functions that you're gonna have to use if you're trying to do searching inside that text that can affect performance. So the biggest thing I would say is try to model it as best as you can so you don't have that many string. Try to reduce the number of columns in that model so you don't have thousands and thousands and thousands of string columns, Denny, in your table. I know it's necessary. One thing you're gonna, live troubleshooting, one thing you're gonna run into is model size, because with all that text, you're gonna have very, very distinct values, and I'm trying not to use my hands, and it's gonna compress down. It's not going to compress down to much. So you'll have very, very large model sizes. And so try to be very selective in the text columns that you're bringing into this table that you're going to create these measures on top of. Because I'm guessing you're going to say, hey, I need to see what's in. Does this text string contain this? And I'm not sure if Power BI is the best for doing something like that. You may want to, use a paginated report where you can generate likes and use full text searches in SQL Server. But just be very careful on the number of columns and the rows you bring in, because you will hit a lot of limits in Power BI because of the size of your data model. Yeah, Lance, you're right. Try to go as far upstream, trying to kind of reduce the amount of strings that you're bringing in. All right, next question, Adam. Let's go. I got nobody to talk to, so I just got to keep answering questions. Next question. So this is from Robert Barbro, I think that's his name. And so, is there any good way to convert a filtered visual into a measure? Is there any good way to convert a filtered visual into a measure? Yeah, open up Performance Analyzer. Yeah, so run the visual, open up Performance Analyzer, run the visual, and then it'll generate the DAX for you, and then you can take that DAX and define a measure over that DAX. That would be a good video. I'll do a video on it, Robert. That's a really good video. Because let's say I have a card, and then I add a filter on it to only show the sales for the United States, and you just want to make a measure that does that. And so I would just grab that DAX if you want to, right? If you want to take the DAX, then you go over to the new query view. I did a video on it recently. Or you can go over to DAX Studio and write it, and then you can define a measure over the DAX that's there. Okay, Adam, give me the next one. Oh, we're at member. We're at members only.
And
you need to switch.
My audio's back.
Oh, he's back.
I got it.
Whew.
Got it. All right. Whew. All right. Yeah, we're gonna. Oh, good Lord. I'm so sorry about that.
Hey, I was rolling through, but
I know you were. I know you were. You were like a boss, man. You were doing it. All right. I'm so sorry. All right. We got it.
It's
All
not
right.
for members only.
Wait, it's a
we should do one more member.
Crystal cleared the queue, so I don't have it.
Dog it.
I'm so sorry.
Right. Just stop it, Alex. Just stop it. We don't want to know what the issue was. Stop it, Alex. Let's go.
Adam just became a member. All right. I can tell you what the problem. I know what it was. But anyway.
Now
all
they
right.
say I'm low.
What? Say something.
Just don't touch it. Don't worry about it. Let's go.
Your levels
don't
are
touch
fine
it.
on my end. Anyway,
Let's
all
go.
right.
Let's go.
All right,
Let's
we
go.
are entering into member-only chat, so apologies if we didn't get to your question, especially with the fact that my technical problems caused some of that. But we are going to go into member-only chat where members and moderators can participate. All other folks can still watch the stream. Super chats always take priority. Apologies if we didn't get to your question. There were still a bunch in the queue. So we are going to cut over. If for some reason we just don't have enough member questions to carry us through the end, we'll kick it back over to open chat. That hasn't happened at all, but you never know. All right. Are you ready, Patrick? Let's do this.
Born that way, man.
All right.
Born that way.
And
Born
if
that
you
way.
want to learn more about being a member, I'm going to drop a link in the chat. You can always hit the join button down below just to learn more. Again, no commitment required. Just thank you for checking it out. What?
I was forgetting to say the person's name that answered the question. I was like, how does Adam do this, man? I'm just here to answer questions. I don't have to read this, and this is a lot of pressure.
It was like an oh crap moment for Patrick. Like, wait a second, I'm not prepared for this. Oh, now that's messed up. All right, Alex, gifting 5 memberships. Appreciate that, buddy. So giving the joy out to 5 folks. So Doi, I don't know, or Di, I don't know how to pronounce that name. Honey, Fab, Pedro, and Sam, all getting a membership. So welcome back to the chat. Yes, Patrick did a great job keeping the train rolling. So yeah, that's Patrick, man. He's able to adjust on the fly. All right, let's roll. First question in the queue. So Julio, make sure you get a Q : in front of that question. Yes, Patrick knows how to move the crazy train. Robin coming in. Currently, T-SQL views in Fabric revert to direct query instead of direct lake. Yes, they do. Is there any change planned for this, or should no views in the data warehouse ever become our new mantra? So I'll add. Yeah, I don't know if Mark's still in the chat. I will also say that there are a couple different things that will cause direct lake to go back to fall back to direct query. So if the video I just did on row level security and whatnot, like if you implement row level security within the data warehouse, that's going to kick you back to direct query from a direct lake perspective. So just be aware of that. So I don't know if you want to say something on that, Patrick.
No. You gotta be. Yeah, I don't know.
Mark, don't look at me. So the team is very well aware of those items, and there's constant discussion around how to improve those items. So stay tuned, get your feedback in. The team is looking at those things. I don't have any concrete thing to say yes, that's going to get changed. But when.
If you're loading your warehouse, if you're running the process to load your warehouse, and I know he's going to oh, why do I need to do this? Instead of making a view, persist it to a table as part of the ETL process. I know. And we're looking at it.
So you're bringing us back to like a materialized view. not the actual, not the actual. Yeah. So, yep. Sorry about that, Robin. I'm confident it will get better over time.
Yes.
So.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Let's see. Data flows Gen 2. So this is a Patrick question. When will it support incremental refresh functionality? If it already has, please share a video link. And I know Alex is talking in the chat on this one. And so he said he put together an article on how to perform incremental refresh today using data flows Gen 2. So go check that out. This is something that the team is looking at. Feedback has been given on this. So go vote it up on ideas.
I put together a simple pattern based on Alex's pattern. I'll record a video on that. I will. I'll try to get it done today.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Okay. I got to do something else as we roll out. So
let's roll.
I know.
Stop it.
All right.
Stop it.
No. There's just your desktop just went black.
That's
Tom.
because I'm not touched.
Tom, can you upload a list of synonyms for a QA visual, QNA visual, or must they be managed in the visual settings?
Say it.
I want to say it depends. So you can manage it through the visual, but there is also this linguistic schema that's part of the model. And so I don't know if we can do that from a TIMSL perspective or like actually include things programmatically. I haven't tried it.
Yep.
So I don't know. I've not seen anyone do it. I know there's no way like through like any APIs to do that. So I just have to see. Like I know it's included. Like when we upload. Like Alex said. Yeah, that's what. See, that's what I thought. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Because I'm like, no, the linguistic schema is part of the model. Like it's included in that. So yeah, that's what I was thinking. And so if you can do that, then you can, programmatically go to town. That's what I was like, thank you, Alex. I knew I was thinking the right thing.
Interesting.
There you go.
That's interesting.
All right.
That's interesting.
See, Patrick learns something every day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Alex. Yeah. Don't overload the file. You saw a BIM file go from like 4K to over 12 megabytes, and it caused the CDSL to take forever to load. Yeah. Be mindful.
Yeah, when it does that discovery, if it does, so that's the schema that it's going over. So you got to be really careful. So if you load up the profile, you can see how often that CDSL is being accessed. So be careful.
All right. I have a field parameter which the user can select the dimension appearing in the matrix. Suddenly, the order of the appearance is not dependent on the selection order. That is true. I want to say they took that as feedback, and it's a feedback item. So I don't know if that's actually in the works to get addressed, but today that's currently by design. So I don't know of a way that you can force it. Sorry. Go to ideas.fabric.microsoft.com and get it in there. Toma. How do you unhide filter pane on paginated reports, formerly known as formatted tables for end users?
I didn't even know you could hide it. Let me look.
Well, yeah, but I think that's a definition of the report itself. So it's not like the Power BI report where it's displayed and the user can like click it and hide it and unhide it. Or I don't know if you can do that with paginated reports. So do you have one? Yeah. So Alex is saying it's only authoring right now for the filter pane. You can't do it for users. Yeah. So it's not something that's displayed. So man, we got we're saying a lot of bad things on these questions right now. Not bad things, but like it's a, no, can't do it. But get your feedback in. Get your feedback in. And I do know the team, like I know Alex and I think Patrick's been on this too. There's been a couple times we've met with the team, like for that specific, like the formatted table, the paginated with the new filter experience. They've been taking feedback and trying to incorporate that in the product. So definitely get your feedback in. Yes, yeah, they are. All right, Jessica. It was an insane battle to get my organization to switch to P1. When Fabric trials end, is there documentation that will show what will stop working, or will P1 fold into Fabric where free trials won't? So a Fabric trial is an F64, so a Fabric SKU on the Azure side of an F64. An F64 is a P1 equivalent. So they're the same thing. And so if you have a P1, that's the same as if you had a Fabric trial. So you can just switch the workspace over and you're good to go. Now, the challenge is going to be is if your users have if you have multiple trials and people are doing things, those are effectively different capacities. And so if you throw all of those into a single P1, now there may be contention there from a resource perspective. So that's something to be aware of. But effectively, a P1 is the same as the Fabric trial. It's an F64 or P1, all the same functionality. So you're not going to lose anything that way. So, yep. Yeah. So Jason's saying, so in the trial, you don't have access to Copilot features. So that's got to be an actual capacity. Which is coming soon. It's being rolled out to a capacity near you. All right, Julio. Wow, there's a lot of stuff in here from Julio and Jessica, so we're gonna be bouncing back and forth here. I love it. Julio, incremental refresh is not implemented on Fabric yet. Well, I feel like we already answered that question.
Well, I think
we talked about it with data flows.
Yeah.
Only a pending rows method. Microsoft is planning to implement the incremental refresh on Fabric, or a pending rows is more efficient. Go.
But I'm curious though. I mean, if you're creating a lakehouse or a data warehouse and you create a data model on top of that, it's in direct lake mode by default, and so you don't need to refresh. You don't need to incrementally refresh the data model itself, the semantic layer. You need to incrementally load data. And maybe Julio, I'm not understanding everything you're saying, but you don't need to incrementally refresh the data model. You need to incrementally refresh your lakehouse tables or your warehouse tables. And so that will be some patterns and things. And that's where data flows will come in when they bring incremental refresh to data flows, or you can use pipelines. There's some patterns out there. I'm going to put a video to show you how to incrementally load some tables using a pipeline. But if you're doing that, then you don't need incremental refresh, right, for your data model itself. So I'm not quite sure why you would need to do it.
And Patrick or Alex dropped a comment in chat, which brings me back to a conversation you and I were having. He was just like, "We don't have merge yet," and I know we were talking about on the warehouse side, like, I missed the merge statement.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Right? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
It doesn't depend either. It's because you need to incrementally load the source, which would be the lakehouse or the warehouse, and then you use Power BI on top of that model, and it just automatically will load it up. And you have some options there also. So.
All right. Kevin's got a question here. This is a Patrick question. Any good visual ideas to add measures to a matrix? Some in a column group and others not, meaning that the others are not broken down by the dimension. So I do not need to see them repeated. Ooh.
Yeah, it's all or nothing, because either the measures are going to go on the rows or the columns.
Yeah.
That's where they're going to go. So you either show values on rows or you leave them on the columns, Kevin. That's I don't know another way to do that.
Yeah. Yeah. And then Mason, thank you for becoming a member, man. Good to see you. It's been a while. All right. Where are we? All right. We're going to go back to, let me go grab Toma's question first, and then we'll go back to Jessica and Julio. Is there any way to use subquery in DAX Studio against DMV? What?
No. You know, like if I write, I can say select from the DMV, right?
Yeah.
And then can I say get a list of items and then select star where in? You can't. I don't think you can do that. I'm pretty sure you can't do that. Adam, are you messing with stuff again?
I am. But it's fine.
Oh,
it's all done.
man.
It's all done. It's all done. It's all done. I just had to do one quick thing while you were. Yeah. No, it was a specific thing while Patrick was talking away. So,
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah.
So you're done
I don't
with that
think
one.
there's a way to do. You do basic selects. I'm pretty sure you can't do a subquery.
Yeah. So Marco also commented. He said there's no.
But what if you use semantic link in a notebook?
Ooh.
You put them into some data sets, and then you can do stuff with the data sets in Python to do it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You mean
could.
the data frame?
Yeah, you put it in. Yeah. You
said
put it in a
data set.
data frame. You put.
Yeah.
Sorry, you put both of them in a data frame, and then you can look to see what's in using Python. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. And Alex got all excited because you read his mind. You read his mind.
Yeah.
All right. Going back to Jessica. Let's see here. Is Power BI Report Server still relevant in the Fabric age? The age of Fabric.
So, if you're using Power BI Report Server, you probably can't use things in the cloud. That's typically what I see. Most people who are using Power BI Report Server, it's because it's the culture, the leadership, the company policy saying I can't use the cloud.
They're cloud averse.
There's no relationship at all between the two, because I mean, if you're using Report Server, you get an endpoint. I don't know if Report Server can connect to the SQL endpoints in Fabric. I haven't tried, but maybe you can. But if you're using Report Server, you're probably not using Fabric. I say Report Server is absolutely relevant because of that.
Yeah.
Right?
I agree.
Yeah.
And typically where you see a lot of usage of Power BI Report Server is, so no Fabric Report Server is what you're saying. Yeah, probably. Actually, I wonder if they'll rename it. I doubt they'll rename it, but that's interesting. So typically where you see Power BI Report Server being used is like for financial institutions, healthcare, government. So there's still a lot of organizations in those groups that are cloud averse. So yeah, they're getting there though. They're getting there.
Yeah, they're getting there.
Yeah. Yes, Jason. I agree. Jason, Report Server is handy for paginated reports. Gateway not needed. You can do Power BI reports too. But yeah, it's all, there's no gateway there. So Mason's saying hi, Patrick.
Hello, Mason.
Yeah.
Hello, Mason.
There's a confusion point around that with Report Server and like, do I need a gateway? I'm like, well, you're already local, so what would that add to you?
Yeah.
Like, you're already there. So, all right. Good question though. All right, Julio. Let's see here. Yeah, we'll do Julio's question and then we'll grab Mason's. Can I implement aggregations in a Fabric data set? Having a DQ to a SQL point delta files, importing the aggregations.
Power BI does not change. Okay, so if you're using Power BI, well, I mean, I know. Let me say this, and then you go. Power BI does not change. So if you want to build a warehouse or a lake house in Fabric, and you use your SQL endpoint to go direct query, absolutely. And you want to build aggregations and import, and you want to build out that model that way, you absolutely can.
Yep. And we have a lot of videos on how to implement that.
Yes. But before you do all that work, get everything loaded up and try Direct Lake. Just try Direct Lake and see how it performs before you go through all that effort of creating the app. And I'm not telling you, that it won't work. Absolutely, it should work. But before you go through all that, I would definitely give Direct Lake a try. Now go.
Okay.
Go.
I have a question for you, Patrick. I have a scenario.
Yeah.
I have a Direct Lake data set. Can I introduce an ag table?
So right now I can't do composite models against my Direct Lake data set.
Yeah.
So you would have to create that ag table in my lake house or my warehouse, or create a shortcut to make sure it's there and I can add it to my model in the web. So, but why? Why are you going to do that?
I know.
Why are you going to do that?
I know. I was trying to read into Julio's question a little bit. I don't know if that's where Julio was going.
I got you.
But that was a thought I had in my head. So, all right,
Yeah.
let's grab Mason's question.
Mason go.
All right, Mason. All right, here we go. I have a large customer data set, and I'm going to confirm it's a large data set because I've talked to Mason during my day job, so I have some context here. So I have a large customer data set that has a slowly changing dimension. My capacity is struggling doing different calculations on the fly. What are some best practices for dealing with slowly changing dimension calcs?
I don't know. For the size of for the size of the dimension that you have, I just don't know, man.
Yeah.
I don't know, Mason. I just let's have a call. Just ping us on Teams and let's have a call to talk about this, please.
So what you're saying is it depends?
It absolutely depends. That's like $2 worth of depends. That's like $2, Kevin. Go ahead and add $2 to depends on that one. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm going to ask Mason a question. Mason, why aren't you asking Micah? Why are you doing that on your own?
Patrick out. I know, Mason. I know what you're talking about. And that is a very big dimension. And it's just...
Well, I don't know that that's the dimension he's talking about, though. So, because I think they've got many dimensions. So, yeah. So
let's just say we're talking tens of millions of rows distinct,
in a dimension,
and then you start, rapidly adding, slowly changing values to it. So now multiply it by 4 or 5 times the size. Yeah. So the first thing I would do is be very careful. No, really. So let's think about the dimension table. The first thing I would do is look at the... Why are you laughing?
Because I made the comment about Micah. He said he's useless.
And so first thing, Mason, look at the dimension tables and look at each attribute and be sure that you really need to track the history, because it could just be a type 1 and you update the history. Maybe you don't care about the history, and you've probably already done this before.
They probably already have.
Mason, right? You probably already went through this analysis. But for everybody on the call, right? And then after he's
125 million.
See, I knew it. I just
on the dimension.
Knew it. I just knew
and I will say for folks that are like, oh, he's doing something wrong. No, this is legit. He's they know what they're doing. I'm going to say that.
Go DQ on it. Go DQ on that dimension and create some ags. Go DQ. I'm telling you, go DQ on that dimension.
I want to say there was a discussion I was in where they tried that also. So.
Okay. All right.
Move it to cube.
Well, the thing is trying to import that thing, right? And then with all that, and then trying to do calculations and trying to make sure you're on the effective row. I understand what you're talking about, Mason. So just reach out.
We got to dig in on
some other
that
people
one.
involved
That's
too. We'll get Phil C. Mark involved. With
and
us
he's been
too,
involved.
So.
Like he's a few times he's been involved, but we need to set up a good
yeah.
working session on that one.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
And I know Phil's
Good
ready.
question, Mason.
He would love to do that. So.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Sorry, Mason. And I'm pretty sure Mason expected that answer. So.
Yeah. He knew it. He knew what he was doing. He knew what he was doing. Yeah.
All right. Can I install a data gateway on my PC and the report's still refreshing even though my PC is logged off? It depends.
That's you. Go for it.
It depends. It depends. Are you using a personal gateway or the standard / enterprise gateway? And so if you're using a personal gateway, you got to be signed into your machine. That's how the personal gateway works. So yeah, if you're using the standard / enterprise gateway, it's an actual Windows service. Machine doesn't need to be signed into. So that's where that is. So it just depends on. I'm assuming that this question is you're using a personal gateway. That's my assumption there, and you're going to struggle with that. It's got to be signed in.
Yeah.
So no way to avoid it. So Naya, thank you for becoming a member. Very much appreciated. All right, going back to Jessica. She's got a lot of questions. This is good.
Yeah.
Are there plans for creation of measures on a data set in the web? Oh, you can do that today. If a user has built access to a semantic model, they're currently bound to request measures added to the data set, or am I incorrect? No. So I don't know, Patrick, can you jump over your machine and just show it?
What do you want me to show?
Just a model, like go into the model view and like show that you can create a measure.
Before I say yes to that, hang on.
Yeah,
let me make sure.
you got to pull it up. Sorry, going back to the gateway thing. Yes, Mark's correct. The machine can be locked, but you have to be signed in.
I'm ready.
Okay, so I'm going to say it depends. Are they like a member, contributor, or admin of the workspace? So they've got edit rights to the model. If they're just a viewer, they're not going to be able to do this. So let's go over to Patrick's machine. Go for it. You're up.
And then, right, you choose your data set, your semantic model. Click on the ellipsis, and you'll see right there. And you have to enable this. Zoom, it's not running on my machine. You have to enable this. I know it's not running. And you choose Open Data Model. And then now, once it spins up, let's close this out right here. Once it spins up, you'll see an option up here.
You can just add the measure.
Create. Of course, my model's broken.
All right,
once the model loads,
let's go over to Adam's machine because Adam's machine never fails.
Oh yeah, right.
Oh my gosh! All right, where is it? What? Why can't I open the data model? All right, hang on, let's go.
Because you have to enable it. You have to enable it.
Yeah. That's fine. Wait.
Yeah, man, you gotta enable it.
All right. Apparently,
we'll play musical. Go back to my machine. Play musical machines.
There you go. Back to your machine.
Like right here, right? I have a table. Once I go into the model view, measure, and now you can do columns and tables. You only can do this. You can't do this on Fabric. On models that are in direct link mode. You only can do this on regular models today. Okay, on models that are not in direct link mode, you'll be able to do new measure, new column, new table, and you can create it. But you have to enable this. It's a workspace setting, so you have to go on the workspace and enable that so that people can, go access the data model. But I want to back up just a little bit. Jessica. So cool. That's perfect, Adam. And so the thing that I'm scary about this is, are we introducing the Wild Wild West here, right? And we just need to understand who's creating those measures. We need to make sure that there's some governance around who has the ability to do this before we just say, hey, all of my report developers can, make these changes. So just be careful with opening it up. Don't open it up to the world.
Yeah. So, and I know, like, so no, you can't edit like the Power Query M syntax through that experience. But if you're driving data through data flows or something like that, then you know you can edit Power Query in the web through data flows. So
Yeah.
All right. Cool. All right. So we're just about time, and there's one more question in the queue from Julio. So let's do it. Why didn't it do it? There we go. In which case would be better to have two P1s instead of one P2? Thinking on assigning the data set use for more than 2,000 salespeople in one P1 and the rest to another P1. It depends. Yes, Patrick, it depends. You got to look at the data, right? And so something to think about is, a given capacity, what?
Laughing at Vanessa. I will it and wait for the Wild West.
So you've got to think it's resource consumption, right? And so let's go back to the on-prem world and think about, I've got a SQL server on a machine. Should I just have one, like load up 50 databases on one SQL server, or should I spread those out across a couple different SQL servers? Right? It's the same question, right? It is a resource issue, right? Mm-hmm. Like can the resources keep up with the load that's in that machine or capacity? And so if you have a P2 and you've got a bunch of data sets, maybe there's one data set that's like just chewing up all the resources and it's starving out the other ones from being able to do their thing, then that might be a case where you want to split them off into their own isolated area so that they don't impact other folks that need to run. And those are things that you have to do from a monitoring perspective and data perspective, and go from there. So, and I know a lot of companies also are trying to go with the one giant model. The other thing to think about now in the Fabric world, though, is that some of this also depends on the workloads that are running on that capacity too. And so I think a lot of people are familiar with the, Power BI and what it does from a resource consumption perspective. But then we got to think about Spark. We got to think about Data Warehouse. We got to think about all these other things that are running and how are they actually leveraging those resources within that capacity. So that's something you need to understand as well. And so, but also it's an isolation thing too, right? So, and do you want to maybe isolate them from other folks? So those are all things to consider. Some of it's a business decision, some of it's an actual just resource consumption and monitoring the thing. So we can't give you a solid answer on that. It depends on where you're at there. So, and Jason, thank you for the super chat.
And he posted a question. He posted a question.
He did. I didn't see the question.
Yeah. I can read it. You want me to read it?
Yeah, I got it. Have you booked your flights for the Microsoft Fabric Community Conference, and is Chatmaster C coming? So Chatmaster C is not coming, as far as I'm aware of. And I have not booked my flight either because I'm waiting on the budget question. So.
Well, I don't have a session at the
Fabric conference. Yes, because Jason didn't add Patrick to the session that Adam's
conference.
Listed on.
So I don't know if I'm going to be there. Adam may be there alone. Jason. There you go.
Yeah, it's your fault, Jason, that Patrick's not coming.
It's your fault, Jason.
Even though Patrick's face is on the website, like that's why I love people. People ask me, "Are you going to the conference?" I'm like, "I hope so." They put my picture on the front page, so I don't know. We'll see. I'm hoping. So, Patrick has six sessions. I agree because Patrick kept telling me, oh, this other, this warehouse session, they want me to help them with it. I'm like, you're saying yes to all these sessions. I'm like, I just have one. So, like, it's good. I'm like, go, Patrick, do your thing. Yes, we did drop the workshop. So, all right. So yes, definitely, folks, go check out the, if you're interested, Fabric Conference is at the end of March in Vegas. Patrick and I will be there for sure. So Jason will be there. I'm hoping a lot of other cats will be there. Product team folks will be there. I'm hoping lots of people will be there. So definitely go check it out.
Lots of MVPs will be there, right?
I hope so. I hope they're all there. I want them all to be there. So definitely go check it out. Lots of great content on Fabric and various things. So looking forward to it. All right. We are at time. Patrick, we did it. So
we did.
what any words of wisdom for folks?
Yes, yes, yes. It's okay to do something different or switch it up. Maybe you all didn't notice, and nobody said anything except for Mark. I shake my beard. I switched it up a little bit. And so it's okay to be courageous and change things and switch things up. Don't be so predictable in life, right? Sometimes being unpredictable will produce the best
Don't be
things
so
in life,
predictable.
right?
Sometimes you just got to kill Adam's audio and let Patrick roll with it. Just be random. It's fine.
All right.
Switch it up.
All right, everyone.
All right,
That's right, Alex. That's right, Alex. That's why I'm looking so young. Yeah.
All right. So next week, just a reminder, Bogdan and Kim will be here. So they're part of the leadership team for Microsoft Fabric. So bring all your roadmap questions, bring strategy questions, bring all the good things. They are fun as well. So we'll have a good time chatting with them. So all right.
Yep.
And
Yep.
we will see you next week. See you, everyone.
We out.
First had to make me bleed, you quench this thirst away. Now I know this is how it ends. Let's just not pretend that I've always walked this path alone. And you will never see the likes of me again. Though I may have saved you once or twice, it never